Hey guys, welcome back to the Sensor Pop channel. Two quick announcements before we go into the deck profile. The first one being that the channel has reached its first 1k sub. The second announcement is that I am officially part of a team, Kitchen Table Meta International, as the German would say it, International. But no worries, the focus of the channel will not change. It is still gonna be focused on casual theme decks and on cards and leaders that the community ignores. With that, it is a very good segue to our deck profile for today. It is a leader that no one is playing right now, with cards that no one is playing right now. So without further ado, let's see each other after the short intro, alright? Alright, let's go straight into the deck profile. The leader that we are going to be playing will be Demigra, one of the leaders that I really like because he is really underestimated. This wormhole ability, it's actually pretty crazy. So why do I thought about making this deck? The whole idea now is that since how could you combine, there's always an issue here, right? Either you play counterplay right now, which is the meta, which kind of slows the game down a little bit because you are coming with the counterplays and arrival. And the second part is with the new cards, especially when you play mono. So the whole idea is I want to play mono, but I also want to be aggro and also play counterplay. So how do you do that? Let me show you how to do that. The idea is to use Demigra. Demigra Wormhole's ability allows him to overwhelm 2 times. So with the ability to overwhelm twice, what can you do? You can actually overwhelm. It's the ability not to use any energy, right? You can actually cheat out cards. So as you can see from the board, I don't play Toki City, which might be a rather bad idea because the Dark Banisher Fool, it's not Dark Banisher Fool, the new Fool in the anniversary box is actually a really good idea with Toki City. However, it's a little bit clunky. If you want to do that, I can understand why, but this is my build so far. But I can also show you what are the cards you can take out to make it to put in the Dark Banisher Fool and the Toki City. All right, but let's go straight into the deck profile. So Demigra, if you do not know, when he attacks, you get to mill 3. When you mill 3, if it's all black, you get to draw a card. With this deck, you get to draw a card because they're all black cards. Alright, and the second one is that at his second part, that's the good part, because activate main, you get to take 3 cards from your warp and you put it into your drop area. You can do this once per turn, and when he attacks, he gets to draw a card. And he has a special ability which only this leader has it, which is Wormhole, which that means he can overwhelm or dark overwhelm combination twice. Alright, sorry. So let's go straight into the deck profile. Okay, so some of the interest, the whole idea here is to aggro. And usually when you aggro, you minus from your hands because you're playing so much cards from your hands. However, this is a different type of aggro because you always replenishes your hands when you aggro. Let me show you how to do it. Alright, so the turn 1, usually I slap down 1 energy, don't do anything. Oh, no. You can actually be very aggro on turn 1. Really, it depends if that is, can you attack. But if you can't attack, it's fine. Slap down 1 energy, it's okay. So if you see this, so the new cards is this. So time regulator Trunks, overwhelm for 3. That means when your leader attack, you already have 3 on the drop area. So just use the 3, slap him down. What do you do when you play him? You get to draw 2 cards, and then you choose 1 card from your hand and send it into your warp. Why is this the best card in the deck that you have to play 4 of? Because of the super combo. Your super combo goes live if you have 5 cards in the warp. Alright, so when you play this card, you draw 2 cards, blast 2 in your hands. You send 1 into the warp. Your warp now has 4 cards, right? And when you enter, this card goes into the warp. Now your warp has 5 cards. You're done. You're done. Yep, your super combo is online in turn 1. So this card is the best turn 1 play that you can do if you can attack. Alright? So what is your target for going into warp? This guy. you don't want this guy to be in your hands, but keep him, because when you send this guy, when you play this guy, you get to choose one card to send it to warp. You want to send this guy to warp because this guy, it's pretty high on the mana curve. It's 3 energy, it's crazy. 3 energy, it's a lot in this deck. Yes, it is. So the reason why is because he is Dark Overwhelm, so he stays on the board. He's a 20k, almost a 25k if your opponent peach any battle cards, because when he swings, every time he swings, your leader, your opponent has to send one card to the warp, and if that card is a battle card, you kind of combo with it. So minimum 25k unless your opponent sends a extra card to the warp, which is good because your game ender wants him not to have that extra card in his hands. Alright, so that is a pretty good thing. How do you play this? How do you cheat him out? The new Towa, the new Dark Plot, which is the Time Transmission G. So you choose up to 1 black card with energy 4 or less in your warp and play it. If that battle card has Overwhelm or Dark Overwhelm, you choose 2 of your energy and switch it to active mode. Basically, this is a turn for 2 energy that could cheat this guy out. Because this guy has Overwhelm, you untap 2. So the good part about this is that because if you use this, you can use his ability, you can Overwhelm 2 times in that turn. Then after that, tap 2 energy and tap 4 energy, which is then you untap 2 later and bring him out. So literally for 2 energy, you bring out 3 cards into your battle area, and one of the cards is very difficult to deal with. Good? Yep. So let's go straight into the other cards, which is, okay, everybody knows Time Patrol Trunks, which basically means Overwhelm 3. When you look at, you just take a look at top 2, then you pick one and put it into your hands. The other one, you decide if you want to put it on top or you put it underneath your deck. So if this is a card you don't want, you put it underneath your deck. So it's a pretty good card, but in this format, he's actually not that good anymore. Still good, but not that good. Time Choice, Supreme Kai of Time, this is more of my favorite. It's still 3. So if you take note, 3 Overwhelm, 3 Overwhelm, 3 Overwhelm. So basically you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 11 targets that you can Overwhelm for 3. So, and every one of them replenishes your hands, and so it's always like you always get back a card. So you're digging because this one draws 2, this one looks at top 3, this one looks at top 2. You are digging for the cards that you need to play for the next turn. Yep. If you need an extra card, Time Patrol Trunks Time Regulator would be better. If you're digging for a battle card, Supreme Kai of Time would be a better choice. However, any one of them, it's a 15k that is difficult to deal with at turn 1, turn 2, or maybe even turn 3 if your opponent has not awakened by then. Yep. And all of them does not cost energy. That means you're leaving your energy open for negates and counterplay. So we are also playing counterplay cards like Supreme Kai of Time, Time Destructor. So when you play this card, your opponent's, not your opponent's, battle card with energy 2 or less cannot attack until the start of your opponent's next turn. Why is it a good card to you? Because even though your cards are cheap, they are not 2 energy. That means your opponent's 2 energy cannot attack, but you don't really have 2 energy cards on the field anyway, so you are not going to attack. So it does not disrupt you, it disrupts your opponent. And no matter what, it is still a good draw 1 card, because your opponent plays something, you play, and then you get to draw 1, since your energy is going to be open anyways. Alright, so some tech. I understand that this card is very expensive, so I would maybe you could play something which is 2 energy that brings out a 10k, or 2 energy that brings out a 15k, like a or 20k like this vanilla Trunks. Maybe you can play that, or that Towa that is the blocker revenge. It is not aggressive, but it really slows down play, because maybe you want to it makes your opponent think to try to get rid of the card. However, I do have the cards, and this card, it's pretty good in the deck, because you're gonna have your energy open, tap 2, play him, then Overwhelm. Every time you Overwhelm, you add 2 into hands. Just plus 2. You're gonna have such a big hand, and you're gonna go so aggro that you can out-combo your opponents anyways, right? So that is the whole idea. And swing with him. You know why you swing with him? Because it makes your opponent, he becomes a very high priority target, and your opponents would concentrate to try to take him out. Yep. Alright, so some interesting card tag. This guy. Let me explain. When this card came out, I was really excited for this card, and I want to tell you why. Because this card, it's heavily underrated. Yep. So how do you get to 4? Because when he swings, it's only 3 cards. You have Supreme Kai of Time, so you can counterplay, play 1, you get to draw 1, yep, and then you swing with your Demigra, and then you place 3, draw 1 card, use her to combo, then you get to 4. What do you want to do with this guy? This guy is good, super underrated. Also, when you play this card with Overrealm, which we are gonna do, you get to draw 1 card, of course, with him on the board, and you help to self-awaken yourself. You choose up to 1 battle card in your hands with Mask in its name and energy 5 or less other than Marseille and Begilded Warrior, and play it. Play him. This is your high priority target. Slap him down, time trauma. So now, with 1 energy and 4 cards in your Overrealm, you now have 115k, because this guy stays, yeah? He just says it doesn't play on top of him, you play another card. So you play this guy. This guy has Marseille in his name. Okay, so when you play this card, if your leader card is black, you may choose up to 2 cards in your life and add them to your hands. So when you play him, +1, +2. Wow, +3. Yeah? Then what do you get for that? You get 2 15Ks on the board, and if you choose to add 1 or more, so usually you add up to 4, right? Choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle card with energy 5 or less and send it to warp. So you literally warp 1 thing that's 5 or less, and then you have 15k on the board, 15k on the board, and then you blast 3 into your hands, and then your opponent has to deal with that. Then you flip over with your Demigra, so you untap 2 with your Demigra, and then you swing with your Demigra, you draw 1 more, and then you can use this ability, put 3 cards back into your battle area, and then 3 cards, and then because of Wormhole, it's now online, you can Overrealm 1 more time. So this is super aggressive. So you swing with Demigra, you swing with him, you swing with him, and then you get to Overrealm 1 time. Your target will be this. That ensures that you get extra 1. It's too bad that Vegeta, it's only once per turn. If not, it will be pretty much broken. So his once per turn ability most probably is just to target Demigra, because Demigra is the only person, maybe the only leader right now, except for the anniversary box Demigra, that has the Wormhole ability, right? Alright, so another tag that we have, this guy. Where's your negate? This is the negate. So Son Goku making an entrance, so counter attack, negate the attack, and play this card. So you get to slap down. Why do you play this over Power Burst? Because we do have 1 drops to put it back into your hands, right? So this card, it's also 1 drop. Maybe I might take out 2 cards just to put in another 1 drop to put in 2 Power Bursts, because this card is really good, because he is a battle card. You can draw it from him, and a negate is also a target for her. Why do you want to play him? The reason is this: he is, of course, a battle card. So you play 1, you negate the attack, he stays on the board, 5k, 0 combo cost, not exactly a good card, but let me explain. This guy. Alright, so the whole idea is to play things for cheap, right? So now you have this guy. What is this guy? He's the new card, right? So, Xeno Evolve, tap 1, Goku Xeno with energy 3 or less. So you get to play him, send this guy to the warp, and then you slap him on top just for 1 energy. What is he? 25k double strike. Permanent, if you have any cards that is more than black, that is the errata, right? That is any color other than black. In your deck, you can't play this card in any area. So we satisfy that thing, we can do it. If you have 3 or more energy, you cannot play this card for any area. It's totally okay, because you can counter play. So you counter attack in turn 2, then when you slap down your 3 energy, tap 1, and then you play on top of this guy. Now you have a 25k double striker for 1 energy. That's pretty good. That stays on the board. However, he does have one thing. So activate main, you get to choose up to 4 black battle cards from the warp and place them into your drop area. So he helps also with Demigra to add in more cards into your drop area. So when you need to fulfill high numbers like 7 for this guy, or if you want to do it 2 times, overwhelm twice in your turn, then do it. Why not, right? So he is extremely difficult to deal with. High priority target for your opponent to deal with. Alright, so imagine this, right? For 3 energy, what can you do for your deck? So imagine turn 2, you negate the attack, this guy comes down, pam. You have 3, and now you slap down your 3rd energy, you tap 1, Xeno Evolve on top of Goku, now you have a 25k on the board. Swing, 25k double strike, turn 3, maybe your opponent's turn 2, he has to deal with this. So most probably either he wastes card in his hands to negate or combo out of it, or he gets a +2. +2, why not? My hands are gonna be bigger than yours, right? Then after that, you attack with a leader, place 3 cards, draw 1, and then if you have Supreme Kai on board or you combo once, now you get to 4. Play him, play him with 4, tap 1. Now you have 2 energies tap. Play this guy. Now you have, then you take 2 from your life, and then to get down to 4, +1 or +2, depending. You want to get to 4 in your life, 4 life, right? You want to awaken this turn. Grab something, so warp something from your opponent's board. Now you have a 25k, swing once, you swing with a 10k, but because you combo with 1, you swing with a 15k, and now you have a 15k on the board and another 15k on the board. So what is your opponent's gonna do? He is gonna perspire, and after that you awaken him, untap 2, then use his ability, slap down 3 cards into the battle area, and you could use his ability, slap down 4 cards in the battle area, and if you still have this guy, tap 1 energy, since you have 3 open energy anyways, and you wonder, how do I have 3 open energies after playing 1, 2, 3 cards? This is how the deck works, right? If you still have him, slap him down, and if you have Mars Saiyan, slap him down. Now you have a 20k double strike, another 15k, so you have 15k on the board, 15k on the board, 25k double strike on the board, 20k on the board. Turn 3. Your opponent has to deal with that. Yep. And if turn 2 you play Vegeta, now they have to deal with another 15k swing. So it is pretty terrifying for your opponent. And if they don't take care of this, it's gonna compound. So for example, right, turn 5, you want to add more things in. Now you still have 2 energy, remember. So if they play something that this is a good counterplay, it's very subjective. It only happens to me once, that's why I play 2 copies of them, but when it happens, it is really good. So if your opponent has 3 or more energy in play with energy 2 or more, so it doesn't really hit those little creatures like 1 energy. They have to be 2 energy, 2 energy, 2 energy or more. And the battle card your opponent play is placed in the drop area instead. So counterplay just for 1 energy into the battle area. And what's more, then choose all battle cards with energy 2 or less, ignoring barrier, and send them to war. Just like that. Yep. So 2 off, it's pretty good. And yep, so this is the idea of the deck. And this guy, do you know this guy? This guy, tap 5. When this card attacks, your leader card is a demon god. If you have 50 or more cards, guarantee you're gonna have that. Choose all of your opponent's battle card, ignoring barrier, and combo in your combo area. So he is a board clear. It doesn't matter if your opponent negates. So when he swings, your opponent, if your opponent ditch and negate because of this guy, when he swings, everything is removed, and your opponent might use a negate for him in a very early turn because of how aggressive you are swinging. Then when this guy comes out, when they have no negates, take all of their battle cards and combo with them and swing for the game. I think everybody knows what this is. I usually play this if they have no battle cards on the board, and I play this when they have battle cards on the board that I want to board clear. I don't really care about the negate, I just want to board clear because this card clears everything. Yep. So when you have this whole thing, yesterday I was having so much fun. One of my players just says after the first game, he was like, "Can you play something other than this?" I was like, we have a deck profile in hand. Alright, so if you guys have, so this is my deck profile. If you guys have any thing that you want to ask me about this deck profile, please feel free. Comment section is open. I usually always reply to the comments. And if you want to send me a private message, get in contact with me. Follow me on the Instagram link. It's in the description of the video. If not, guys, once again, thank you guys for the support. We have arrived in 1K, and then guys, see you guys in the next video. Alright, ciao guys, bye. Guys, a really heartfelt thanks from the bottom of my heart for all the support that you guys have given, and especially those that stuck with me from the start. You know who you are. People like Popper the Fool, Mario Ibanez. If I don't know, if I do not have your name, unfortunately, this is not easy. These are information that are very difficult to get. Please let me know. I remember Xeno Dragon was also really there, right there from the start. So really guys, no matter who you are, thank you for all the support.